Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be showing you this look right here. This is my minimal everyday makeup look. I've gotten a lot of requests over the past years to do something that doesn't require foundation, that doesn't require a lot of time or effort. I know that I have a lot of followers that perhaps go to school or perhaps are moms or perhaps are individuals that just don't have the time to put together a glammed up full-on look. And trust me, that is me 9 out of 10 times. I love makeup. I love playing with makeup. I love playing with eyeshadows and going full glam, but I don't necessarily always have the time. Like, I just don't. I have 2 kids that if we're going out anywhere, I have to make sure that they're ready. I have to make sure that everything's ready to go. And that leaves me with very little time to actually put myself together. And so this is what I've been doing on days where I don't have more than like maybe 15 minutes. It doesn't take a whole lot of time, doesn't take a whole lot of effort. It's just about enhancing your natural features, enhancing your skin, enhancing yourself, and calling it good. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing exactly how I achieve my everyday minimal makeup look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to get started with is this pore filler from Benefit. And of course, that is after I've moisturized the face. So the very first thing that I do is moisturize my face. I wait until that has seeped into my skin, and then I move on with actual product on top, like actual makeup products. I'm just going to apply this on to the sides of my nose to fill in my pores. Since I'm not going to be wearing any kind of foundation on top, I want my skin to look as smooth as possible, you know? And I find that this primer definitely does fill in the pores, so it makes everything look a lot smoother. Okay, now moving on, I'm going to be applying some of my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector onto the under eyes. Just a little bit of that. This one is pretty close to my actual complexion. As long as I don't go crazy with it, I could put this underneath the eyes and it blends in to the rest of my skin pretty nicely. Now that I'm done color correcting, I'm going to be applying a little bit of this concealer. This one is my Tarte Shape Tape. It is my go-to. Since this is an everyday type of a situation, I am going to be very light-handed with it. So I'm simply going to be applying some of it here and some of it here. Usually if I want extreme full coverage, I will do like a complete triangle underneath the eye area. But since I'm not going for that, I'm simply going to be applying it here, one stroke here, and then blending it out using my finger. And then after I blend it out with my finger, I go in with my damp beauty blender and I blend out the edges and continue to blend the concealer into the skin. Since I'm not going to be wearing any foundation, I want everything to blend into my skin as much as possible. Now a nice thin layer of this is not going to give me full coverage underneath the eyes, and that's fine. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to just make myself appear a little bit more awake and just more put together for the day. After I blend out the under eye area, I can go back with a little bit more concealer and just apply a tiny amount onto the sides of my nose and a tiny amount onto any blemishes that I may have going on. And I'm just going to blend it out with my finger, make sure that everything blends into the skin and that I don't have 2 different colors going on around the skin. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to take my True Match powder. This one is in the shade N4. And I'm going to be grabbing a large powder brush. This one is the F20 from Sigma. I'm going to be taking a little bit of that and just buffing it into the skin. This concealer usually doesn't crease on me, but just in case it decides to crease a little bit, I'm going to be setting it with a little bit of my RCMA No Color loose powder, just a tiny amount. Make sure that everything stays in place. This is exactly how I would conceal the under eye area on a regular basis if I wanted full coverage. The only difference is the amount of product that I'm using underneath the eyes. And also I'm not waiting for it to set. I'm just blending it out right away because that's going to give me the lightest, most natural looking coverage. Okay, so now that I am done with the face, I'm going to be moving on to the brows. For today, I'm going to be using my IT Cosmetics Brow Power. This one is in the shade Universal Taupe. It has been my absolute go-to brow pencil. I feel like it suits my hair color the most, and it is very easy to work with. Since I am going for a more natural, quick look, I'm not going to completely fill in my brows. This is just going to help darken them a little bit and shape them. Okay, so now that I'm done with the brows, I'm moving on to the lashes. I'm not going to be applying any kind of an eyeshadow. On most days when I'm in a hurry, I usually don't. I just grab a little bit of mascara and I call it good. Today, I'm going to be using my Beauty For Real High Def Mascara. Just applying a couple of good coats onto the lashes in order to make them pop and make my eyes just appear a little bit wider. Okay, now that I'm done with lashes, I'm going back to the face, and I'm simply going to just add a little bit of bronzer, just a very, very, very minimal amount. I'm not going in heavy, just really light here, adding a little bit of color back onto the face. And also, if you really want to, you can add a little bit of a blush onto the cheeks as well, just a tiny amount. Okay, and now that I am done with that, I am going to highlight the face because I feel like highlighting the face always makes me look a little bit healthier, like I've just had, you know, the required 32 ounces of water for the day. The way that I apply it though on a regular basis so that it doesn't look a little too intense, because I find that highlighters just look more intense when you apply it with a brush. So the way that I do it is I just grab my beauty blender and I dab it on to the cheeks that way. You just get such a beautiful, beautiful highlight. The one that I'm using, the one that I use on a regular basis that just looks the most dewy and the most natural to me is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Luminous Light. I will never, ever stop using this. Applying it with a beauty blender just makes such a difference. And last but not least, the lips. I'm going to keep it very, very natural for today. I'm going to be taking my Glide On Lip Pencil from Urban Decay. This one is in the shade Naked. I'm just applying that all over the lips. And then I'm going to be taking some lip gloss. This one here is from Beauty For Real. It is their nudist lip gloss. And just applying that on top. All right, and that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's tutorial and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on future makeup tutorials, product reviews, or beauty-related videos. And also don't forget to follow me on all of my other social media platforms. I am All Beauty by Sarah with an H on Instagram and All Beauty by Sarah without the H on Snapchat and Twitter. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah.